All right, welcome everyone. So we are diving deep today into the world of chakras, and we're really lucky to have these audio excerpts from Eastern Body, Western Mind by Judith and Anodea, and this is going to be like our guide as we explore these like energy centers.
Yeah, I mean, they're fascinating, right? Like
Mm.
these ancient concepts can really offer some profound insights into our modern lives. And that's what we're going to be looking at.
Yeah, so I've always heard about chakras, but I'll be honest, sometimes I get them mixed up. I'm like, wait, which one's that again?
Right.
Can we just start with like a super quick overview of what they actually are?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So think of chakras as these like
Mm-hmm.
spinning wheels of energy located along your spine.
Okay.
And each of them is associated with
I-
specific psychological and physical functions. So they influence everything, from
Wow.
your confidence to your relationships to how you experience the world.
Okay, I like that. I'm
Yeah.
picturing these spinning wheels, and there are seven main ones, right?
Yes. 7 major chakras. And we always start at the base of the spine with the root chakra. This is your foundation. It's all about survival, grounding, feeling secure.
Okay.
So if you imagine like a tree, the root chakra is like its roots,
Right.
anchoring it to the earth.
So if someone's feeling really anxious or spacey, like not quite present, could that be like a root chakra thing?
It definitely could be,
Yeah.
yeah. Anodea describes a deficient root chakra as feeling like you're floating away or struggling to focus.
Oh.
But then on the flip side, you can have excess in the root chakra. And that could manifest as hoarding, always needing to feel in control, or even overeating. It's like constantly trying to fill a void.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so that's the root chakra grounding us. What's next as we move up the energy ladder?
Next up, we've got the sacral chakra located in your lower abdomen.
Okay.
And this one's all about your emotions, creativity,
Yeah.
and sensuality. It's where you experience joy, pleasure, connection.
Ooh, the good vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
All those good vibes. But what happens when the chakra is out of balance?
So an excess in the sacral chakra can look like someone who's being overly dramatic, impulsive,
Mm.
maybe constantly seeking external validation or excitement. It's like their emotional dial is turned up to 11.
Oh, I know a few people like that.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. What about a deficiency, though?
A deficient sacral chakra might lead to emotional numbness, difficulty experiencing pleasure, even a fear of intimacy. They might find it hard to connect with their creative flow or just really feel truly alive.
Wow, yeah. So it can really go both ways with each chakra. Too much energy or not enough. It's fascinating how these like imbalances manifest. So we've got root, we've got sacral. What's next on our little chakra tour?
Moving on up, just above your navel, you'll find the solar plexus chakra. And this is your powerhouse. Personal power, will, self-esteem.
Oh,
Think of it as your inner sun,
okay.
radiating confidence and the ability to take action in the world.
I like that. The solar plexus, the seat of our inner warrior. So if someone's struggling with self-doubt, feeling powerless, would that be a solar plexus imbalance?
Yeah, that's a really good connection. A deficient solar plexus can make you feel like a doormat, easily manipulated, walked all over, hard to stand up for yourself or pursue your goals. Now, an excess in this chakra can look very different.
Ooh, what happens when it's in overdrive?
You might see controlling behavior, being
Yeah.
overly competitive, having a really big ego, like they're constantly trying to prove themselves, assert their dominance.
Oh, like they're overcompensating for a lack of inner confidence almost.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, on to the next energy center. What's after the solar plexus?
So we arrive at the heart chakra, which is located in the center of your chest. This one's all about love, compassion, and connection. Not just for others, but for yourself too. It's like this bridge between the lower, more earthly chakras and the upper, more spiritual ones.
Okay. The heart chakra, center of it all. I feel like this one's particularly important. What are some signs the heart chakra might be out of balance?
So an excess in the heart chakra might look like someone who's overly giving, putting others' needs before their own to the point of exhaustion.
Oh, yeah.
Or they might cling to unhealthy relationships because they're afraid to be alone.
Right, like their
Mhm.
heart is overflowing, but in a way that's not really serving them.
Yeah, exactly.
What about a deficiency in the heart chakra?
Someone with a deficient heart chakra might be cold,
Mm.
distant, unable to forgive themselves or others.
Hmm.
They build walls around their heart, making it hard to experience true intimacy.
So it's like their heart's closed off, trying to protect itself from getting hurt. This is really making me think about some of my own patterns
Yeah.
and relationships.
This is interesting to look at, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we're halfway through. What's the next chakra we need to know about?
All right, so above the heart, we have the throat chakra. And this governs your ability to communicate authentically, express yourself creatively, speak your truth.
Yeah.
It's all about finding your voice and using it powerfully.
Oh, the throat chakra, the voice of our soul. So, someone who's shy or afraid to speak up, could that be a throat chakra issue?
Absolutely. Anodea talks about a deficient throat chakra as feeling like you have this lump in your throat or you're constantly censoring yourself.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Holding back your ideas, your feelings, your creativity. What about an excess in the throat chakra?
Someone with an excess might dominate conversations, interrupt others, or gossip excessively. Their voice might be loud, but their words might lack depth or sincerity.
Right, so they're talking a lot, but not really saying anything. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're moving into like the upper chakras now.
Mm.
What's next?
All right, next we have the third eye chakra, which is located between your eyebrows. And this one's associated with intuition, inner vision, the ability to see beyond the surface. Think of it as your inner compass, guiding you towards your truth.
Third eye chakra, always a mysterious one for me. So if someone's struggling to trust their gut or just feeling really lost in life, could that be a third eye issue?
Could be a deficient third eye
Mm-hmm.
can lead to a lack of clarity, difficulty making decisions, or feeling disconnected from your inner wisdom. You might rely too much on external validation, or feel like you're constantly second-guessing yourself.
Okay, so like their inner vision is clouded.
Mm-hmm.
What about an excess in the third eye?
They can show up as being overly analytical, detached from reality, maybe even having hallucinations. They get lost in their own thoughts and struggle to connect with the practicalities of everyday life.
So it's like their head is in the clouds, but not in a good way.
Right.
They're not grounded. Okay, we've reached the final chakra, the crown chakra. What's the deal with this one?
So, located at the crown of your head, the crown chakra represents your connection to the divine. Spirituality, a sense of unity with all things. It's like the gateway to higher consciousness, where you experience a sense of transcendence and interconnectedness.
Wow, the crown chakra. Sounds pretty profound. What happens when this chakra is out of balance?
So a deficient crown chakra can lead to feelings of isolation, existential angst, lack of purpose, feeling disconnected from your spirituality or struggling to find meaning in life.
Yeah, so it's like they're feeling lost and alone in the universe.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about an excess in the crown chakra?
An excess can manifest as spiritual bypassing, so denying the realities of the physical world, or becoming overly attached to specific spiritual beliefs. They might lose touch with their earthly responsibilities, or become judgmental of those who don't share their views.
Oh, wow. It's amazing how each chakra, when it's out of balance, can create such a wide range of issues.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground, but I'm already starting to see how understanding these energy centers could be really helpful in navigating my own life.
It is. It's like creating this map for self-awareness, right?
Yeah.
And it helps us understand not just ourselves, but also our interactions with others.
That's so true.
Now, I'm curious, as you've been listening, is there a particular chakra that stands out to you? One that you feel might need a little extra attention in your own life?
That's a good question. I think what's really striking me is this idea that each chakra has a shadow side,
Yeah.
a way that it can become imbalanced and actually create problems in our lives. I never thought about procrastination as potentially being a solar plexus issue.
Right.
And it makes so much sense now. If
Yeah.
I'm not feeling confident in my ability to achieve something, then maybe I'm subconsciously sabotaging myself by not even starting.
Totally. And Anodea really emphasizes this,
Yeah.
how these imbalances can actually show up
Yeah.
in our everyday behaviors, thoughts, feelings.
Yeah.
It's not just these abstract concepts. It's like real life stuff.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's say someone's listening to this and thinking, okay, maybe some of my chakras are out of whack.
Yeah.
What can they do about it?
That's where Anodea's work gets really practical.
Yeah.
She offers all these techniques for working with the chakras and bringing them back into balance. It's like having a toolkit for your energy system.
I love that. Okay, give me some examples. What are some of the tools in this chakra toolkit?
So one of the most foundational practices,
Mhm.
especially for that root chakra we were talking about, is grounding.
Okay.
Creating a strong connection between your energy
Mm.
and the Earth's energy,
Mm-hmm.
like dropping an anchor to help you feel stable and centered.
Right. Grounding. You mentioned that earlier. what are some like specific techniques? Is it as simple as walking barefoot outside?
That's a great one, yeah.
Mhm.
Walking barefoot on grass or sand is a great way to directly connect with the Earth's energy, but she also suggests visualizations.
Okay.
Like imagine roots growing from your feet, deep into
Yeah.
the earth, anchoring you securely.
I can almost feel that, like tapping into this like deep well of stability.
Yeah.
Okay, what are some other techniques for working with the chakras?
Well, there's so many. Breath work is another powerful tool. Anodea talks about how the breath can actually be used to energize and clear each chakra.
Oh,
So,
okay.
for example, for the sacral chakra, you can visualize drawing orange light into your lower abdomen with each inhale, stimulating your creative energy.
So we're using the breath to like literally breathe life into these energy centers.
Exactly, yeah. And she also suggests using sound and vibration to activate the chakras. So chanting specific sounds,
Oh, okay.
like ham for the throat chakra, can help to clear blockages and promote authentic expression.
That makes sense with the throat chakra being all about using our voice. I've actually tried chanting before, and it's amazing how the vibrations can really shift your energy.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so what else?
You can also work with colors.
Okay.
Each chakra is associated with a specific color, so you can visualize that color surrounding and energizing the chakra. Or even wear clothing or decorate your home with those colors to create like a supportive environment.
Wow, there are so many different approaches. It's like we can create this whole chakra symphony using breath and sound and color and visualization
Totally.
to harmonize our energy.
Yeah. And what's cool is that these techniques, they can be used individually or combined to
Right.
create a personalized practice. So it's really about finding what works best for you.
I like that. Okay, so we've got grounding, breath work, sound, color, visualization. It's a lot to take in. I'm curious, are there any specific techniques that you find particularly helpful in your own life? What are your go-tos for like staying balanced?
That's a great question. And honestly, it kind of changes,
Right.
depending on what I'm experiencing. Sometimes I need more grounding. Other times I need to focus on opening my heart or finding my voice. But there's one technique that I find is like a Swiss Army knife for my chakra system, and that's mindful breathing.
Okay, mindful breathing, you mentioned that earlier as like a grounding technique,
Yeah.
but you're saying it can be used for all the chakras.
Absolutely. It's such a simple yet profound practice. And by bringing awareness to the breath, we can tap into this flow of prana.
Prana.
Yeah, it's like vital life force energy.
Okay.
And we can direct it to any chakra that needs attention.
Okay, so walk me through it. How do we use mindful breathing to work with the chakras?
So you can find a comfortable position, close your eyes,
Yeah.
and just really tune into your breath.
Okay.
As you inhale, visualize drawing in prana through all 7 chakras, imagining each one lighting up and spinning with this vibrant energy. And as you exhale, visualize any tension or negativity leaving your body through those same energy centers.
So it's like we're breathing in vitality and breathing out whatever doesn't serve us,
Yeah,
cleansing and energizing our whole energy system with each breath.
exactly. And what's beautiful about this practice is that you can really adapt it to focus on specific chakras. So for example, if you're feeling anxious, you might spend a few breaths just visualizing grounding energy flowing into your root chakra. Or if you're feeling creatively blocked, you might focus on drawing orange light into your sacral chakra.
This is so helpful. It's like having this personalized energy booster at our fingertips.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to start incorporating this into my daily routine.
Okay.
Now, aside from mindful breathing, are there any other techniques that you find particularly helpful for specific chakras?
Oh, for sure. So for the root chakra, I find that spending time in nature is so grounding.
Right.
Walking barefoot on the earth, feeling the sun on my skin, just connecting with the natural world. It helps me feel more present, rooted, and secure.
It's amazing the healing power of nature.
Yeah,
What about for the sacral chakra? Any tips for boosting creativity and joy?
yeah. For me, it's anything that allows me to tap into my senses
Mm-hmm.
and express myself freely.
Okay.
So that might be dancing, singing, painting, even just taking a luxurious bath with some essential oils.
Ooh, I like that.
Anything that helps me feel alive and embodied.
It's like giving yourself permission to play and experience pleasure.
Mm.
What about the solar plexus? Any tips for boosting confidence and personal power?
Yeah, for me, it's really about setting healthy boundaries, speaking my truth, taking action towards my goals, even when it feels scary.
Okay.
Sometimes it's as simple as saying no to something that doesn't align with my values, or setting aside time each day to work on a project that's important to me.
Right. So those small but powerful actions that help us reclaim our power.
Mm.
Okay. Heart chakra. How do you cultivate more love and compassion in your life?
Oh, I try to practice loving kindness meditation regularly,
Okay.
sending compassion to myself, to loved ones, even to those who challenge me. And I find that acts of service, even small ones, really help to open my heart,
Yeah.
connect me with others in a meaningful way.
It's amazing how those little acts of kindness can really ripple out and create a more loving world. What about the throat chakra? Any tips for finding your voice, expressing yourself authentically?
Journaling has been huge for me. It allows me to process my emotions, clarify my thoughts, and explore my creativity without judgment.
No.
I also find that singing, even if it's just in the shower, helps to open up my throat, release any pent-up energy.
I love that. It's
And
like giving your voice permission to be heard, even if it's just by yourself.
yeah.
Okay, third eye. Any techniques for boosting intuition and connecting with your inner wisdom?
So meditation is my go-to for strengthening my third eye. I find that even just a few minutes of quiet contemplation each day helps me to tune into my inner guidance and just cultivate a sense of clarity and peace. And I also pay attention to my dreams, which often offer symbolic messages from my subconscious.
Yeah, dreams are so fascinating. It's like tapping into a whole other realm of consciousness. All right, last but not least, crown chakra. Any tips for connecting with that sense of transcendence
Yeah.
and unity?
Yeah, for me, it's really about spending time in nature, contemplating the vastness of the universe, and remembering that I'm part of something so much greater than myself. Practices like yoga and meditation help me to quiet my mind and connect with that sense of inner peace and stillness.
That's beautiful. Okay, wow, this is also inspiring. It feels like we have so much power to create positive change in our lives just by working with these energy centers.
I think so too. And it's important to remember that it's a journey,
Yeah.
not a destination. There will be times when our chakras feel balanced and aligned, and times when they feel blocked or out of whack.
Right.
The key is to be patient with ourselves, keep learning, and keep exploring the practices that help us feel more whole and connected.
That's a great reminder. You've given us so much to think about and experiment with. It feels like a whole new level of understanding myself and my energy.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And as you continue on your chakra journey, just remember that your body is your greatest teacher.
Hmm.
Pay attention to the signals it sends you, the areas of tension, the emotions that surface, the intuitive nudges you receive.
It's like our bodies are constantly whispering wisdom to us if we just take the time to listen.
Exactly. Now, as we continue our exploration, let's shift our focus to a topic that often generates a lot of curiosity
Mm-hmm.
and maybe even a little bit of apprehension. Kundalini energy.
Ooh, Kundalini.
You ever heard this?
Oh, yes. Kundalini. It's always sounded kind of mysterious and intense.
Yeah.
What exactly is Kundalini energy and how does it relate to the chakras?
Okay. So Kundalini is often described as this: dormant energy residing at the base of the spine, coiled like a serpent.
Okay.
And when awakened, this potent energy is said to rise up the spine, activating each chakra along the way.
A serpent energy rising up the spine. Okay, I can see why people might find that intense.
Yeah.
What happens when this Kundalini energy awakens? Is it always a positive experience?
So it can be incredibly transformative,
Okay.
leading to expanded consciousness, spiritual awakening, and this profound sense of connection.
Wow.
However, the process of Kundalini awakening can also be challenging.
Okay.
It can bring up intense physical sensations, emotional upheaval,
Mm-hmm.
and even temporary disorientation.
Whoa, that sounds like a wild ride. Is there anything we can do to prepare for a Kundalini awakening or navigate it safely if it happens spontaneously?
Yeah, that's a good question. So Anodea emphasizes the importance of creating a solid foundation through practices like grounding, purifying the body, and addressing any underlying psychological issues.
Okay.
It's also crucial to seek guidance from experienced teachers who really understand the nuances of Kundalini energy.
So it's not about seeking out a Kundalini awakening, but rather creating a safe and supportive container for this powerful energy, if and when it arises naturally.
Exactly, yeah. It's about respecting the process, honoring our own unique journey, and approaching Kundalini with reverence and humility. Now, Kundalini is often discussed in the context of Tantra, which is this philosophy that emphasizes the integration of seemingly opposite energies.
Okay.
Have you ever explored those concepts?
I've heard of Tantra, but to be honest, I mostly associate it with sexuality. Is that accurate?
So, while Tantra does encompass sexuality, it's a much broader and more nuanced philosophy than a lot of people realize. It's really about embracing all aspects of ourselves, our light and our shadow,
Okay.
and weaving together these seemingly opposite forces to create wholeness.
That's fascinating. How does Tantra relate to the chakras and Kundalini energy?
So in Tantra, the chakras are actually seen as points of integration for these opposing forces.
Okay.
And one of the most fundamental dualities explored in Tantra is that of Shiva and Shakti.
Shiva and Shakti. I've definitely come across those names, but I'm not sure I understand their significance.
Yeah, so Shiva represents the masculine principle, stillness, consciousness, pure awareness, while Shakti represents the feminine principle,
Yeah.
dynamic energy, creation, the life force that flows through all things.
So it's like the yin and yang of the universe, the
Yeah.
dance between the masculine and feminine energies that create life itself.
Beautifully put. And in the chakra system, these energies are seen as interwoven. So Kundalini, with its fiery transformative power, is often associated with Shakti, the feminine principle.
So it's like we need Shiva, the masculine principle of grounding and stillness, to provide a container for the potent energy of Shakti, represented by Kundalini.
Exactly. And the heart chakra, with its capacity for love, compassion, and connection, is seen as this point of ultimate integration, where Shiva and Shakti meet in perfect harmony.
This is giving me a whole new perspective on the chakras. It's not just about individual energy centers, but about the interplay of these fundamental forces within us. It's like we're each a microcosm of the universe, containing both the masculine and feminine, the yin and yang, the stillness and the dynamism.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And as we explore these techniques for working with the chakras, it's helpful to keep this interplay of energies in mind. For example, if you're feeling ungrounded or overly emotional, you might focus on cultivating more grounding Shiva energy through practices like spending time in nature, or maybe practicing those grounding visualizations we talked about.
And if you're feeling stuck or creatively blocked, you might focus on invoking more Shakti energy
Yeah,
through movement, dance, or expressive arts.
exactly. It's about finding the balance that works for you
Right.
in each moment. Now, as we delve further into Anodea's work, I'm curious, is there anything in particular that you're hoping to gain from this deep dive? What questions are you holding about your own energy system or the practices that we've been discussing?
Honestly, what I'm really taking away from this is it's not about like achieving some perfect state of chakra alignment.
Right.
It's more about becoming aware of these energies, how they're flowing or not flowing in our lives, and then having like tools to work with them.
Yeah, I love that. Tools to work with them. It's empowering, right? It's not about being at the mercy of our energy, but rather becoming like conscious creators of our own experience.
Exactly. But here's the thing. We've talked about all these different techniques, but how do we actually remember to use them
Right.
in our daily lives? It's so easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of like work, responsibilities, just life.
Yeah, totally. And I think the key is to really integrate these practices into your routine
Yeah.
in a way that feels sustainable
Yeah.
and natural, rather than trying to like overhaul your whole life overnight.
Right, right. Okay, so what are some like practical tips for making chakra work part of our everyday lives? What are some things we can do to like stay connected to these energies even when things are like crazy?
So one simple yet really powerful practice is to just start your day with a chakra check-in. It only takes like a few minutes. Find a comfortable position, close your eyes, and just bring your awareness to each chakra, one at a time,
Okay.
starting with the root, moving up to the ground.
Right.
And just notice how each one feels. Is there a sense of openness and flow? Or do you feel any tightness, blockage, imbalance?
So it's like a mini meditation, a scan of our energy system.
Exactly, yeah. And as you do this check-in, you might intuitively feel drawn to certain techniques. Maybe your throat chakra feels constricted, so you feel inspired to do some chanting. Or maybe your heart chakra feels heavy and you decide to do some loving kindness meditation. Just trust those impulses.
Yeah.
They're your inner wisdom guiding you.
I like that. It's not about like forcing ourselves to do a certain practice, but rather listening to our bodies and responding to what they need in that moment.
Absolutely. And you can incorporate chakra awareness into other aspects of your day.
Okay.
Like let's say you're about to have a challenging conversation.
Yeah.
You can just take a moment to connect with your throat chakra. Visualize it opening, glowing with this clear blue light. And just set an intention to communicate authentically and with compassion.
That's such a good reminder. It's so easy to just like get caught up in the heat of the moment and react from a place of like fear or defensiveness.
Totally. Or let's say you're feeling drained after a long day. Maybe you could try a grounding visualization before bed.
Okay.
Imagining roots growing from your feet deep into the earth, releasing any stress or tension.
Hmm, I like that. These are such practical tips. It's not about becoming some kind of chakra guru overnight. It's just about making these small but meaningful shifts in our awareness and our habits.
Yeah, exactly. And remember, it's not about being perfect.
Right.
Some days you'll be super attuned to your energy and rock your chakra practices, and other days you'll completely forget. And that's okay. It's all part of the process.
I appreciate that reminder. It's so easy to get caught up in the shoulds and feel like we're not doing it right.
Yeah, be gentle with yourself. And just keep coming back to the practices. Even if it's just for a few minutes a day, consistency is key. Now, as we wrap up our deep dive, I'm curious, what are you taking away from this exploration?
Mm.
What feels most resonant or impactful for you?
Hmm. You know what's really sticking with me is this idea that our bodies are intelligent, that they're constantly communicating with us. And the chakras are like a roadmap for understanding those messages.
I love that. Yeah. It's like learning a new language, the language of energy,
Mm.
and then being able to use that language to
Yeah.
create greater harmony and well-being in our lives.
Yes. And I also love this reminder that we have so many tools at our disposal, from breath work to visualization, sound healing, spending time in nature. There's a whole symphony of practices we can explore to support our energy system.
It's about finding what works for you, what lights you up, what helps you feel more alive and connected. And remember, this is just the beginning of your exploration. There's a whole world of knowledge out there about chakras, energy healing, the interconnectedness of all things. Keep learning, keep exploring, and most importantly, trust your own inner wisdom.
This has been such an incredible journey. I feel like I've gained so much insight and inspiration.
It's been such a joy sharing this space with you, exploring these powerful concepts together. And to all our listeners, I'll leave you with this final thought. If your body is a temple, a sacred dwelling place for your spirit, which room needs the most attention right now? What practices will you embrace to bring more light, more balance, more love into your life?
That's a beautiful invitation. Thank you for guiding us on this chakra adventure.
My pleasure.
Until next time, everyone, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep shining your light.